2007 champs, purple and gold to the core. This is Off the Bench with Hester and Flynn, Baton Rouge's go-to for all things Louisiana sports.
From morning to close, and even when I text the day we don't care.
All right, welcome back in OTB hour number 2 here live from the Raising Cane studio. Jake, Alondra, and Tay-Tay, the OG tripod here with you on a Friday. Earlier, we spent some time on the Saints schedule, just going over a couple of things. We'll go back into this now. And look, schedule stuff's fun. And we're going to play or talk about, and maybe a little combination of both, some of our favorite schedule release videos. Now, some were really, really good, but they were really, really long, and so we're not going to play like the totality of them. But the NFL's done a really nice job. And look, as somebody that's now on NFL radio, I can appreciate it. They make a thing out of anything, right? It is prime time and schedule release, 7 o'clock. We've known the opponents. Now, what the order is going to be is interesting, but you know, as players, it's always, all right, let's start in the division. Where's our road games? Do we have an international game? Those are some of the things that you look for. I think Flynn and I talked about that the other day. But there's things that you can take away from it if you're looking at the Saints schedule. We mentioned you are going to be bruised and battered the first 2 weeks. Win or lose, it does not matter. When you play the Detroit Lions in Detroit, you have to know that's what kind of game it's going to be. That's the style of the fight. Their head coach wears a hat that says grit. Their meeting room has grit and letters that are like Joe Diffie and John Deere green, right? How tall were those letters? 3 foot, 6 foot, 3 foot?
3 foot high?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's why did I say 6?
Because, you know, you like them tall.
I do.
You know?
I think it's 3.
It doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying.
Either way.
That's what they are. They're mean, they're nasty, they're tough, they're gritty over pretty, all right? So even if you win that game, you feel that game. Same thing. You're going to Baltimore. Now, it's a new staff in Baltimore, right? My goat John Harbaugh's not there anymore, but Jesse Minter is
Matt's
there.
favorite guy.
Okay? Jesse Minter was the defensive coordinator for the Chargers last year. Chargers, top 5 defense in the NFL. He's got the same philosophy as a Harbaugh. He was with Jim, right? So he's going there. He has been in Baltimore before. Like, he knows the place. You're going to be bruised and battered in that game too, win or lose. So you just have to know you're starting the season in 2 places against 2 of the teams that are the most physical teams in the National Football League. That stands out to me. All right, well, what do you get after that? Then you get the Las Vegas Raiders at home. That's a perfect spot for you. I don't think Las Vegas is going to be very good. After 2 very physical games, you're going to go against the Raiders. Now, Max Crosby's physical as hell. Don't make no mistake about it. But their offensive line, right, they've got a lot of new there. They had some injuries. They struggled. Who knows what the quarterback situation is going to be. I don't mind that spot for you. But then you play your biggest rival in the Falcons in your only primetime game. So the first 4 weeks of the season, it's going to be interesting for the Saints. You play a lot of different styles. Now, I believe the Falcons are going to be better offensively. I think Stefanski's going to come in, realize that Bijan Robinson is one of the unicorns of the NFL, and he's going to utilize him in better ways. It's a I don't want to say like impossible stretch by any means. That's a tough stretch to start your season.
Yeah, it is, but I do think it lightens up on the back end. Like, I think if you could split, if you can go 2-2 in your first 4 games. Look, Minnesota's got great receivers. They actually just signed Juwan Jennings to
$13 million deal, yeah, 1 year, $13
last week. But I mean, what's Kyler Murray going to be? Is it going to be J.J. McCarthy? Not really sure there. The game's also at home. I got to go advantage Saints there. The Giants again.
A lot of unknown.
Cam Scattaboo, both coming off of injuries. I mean, they were banged up last year. Matt would throw something at me for saying this. With or without Aaron Rodgers, I don't think the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to be very good because, frankly, I don't think they were good a year ago, and I'm not still sure how they won that division. But, I mean, if you go 2-2 in your first 4 games, you could potentially win weeks 5, 6, and 7. If you do that, you're sitting at 4-2 after the first 6 weeks. I mean, and then you're 5-2, and then your bye week's coming up week 8.
You get the perfect bye week.
Yep, right in the
Chef's
middle.
kiss bye week. Week number 8, perfect. Is a perfect bye week. And also, so stay with me here. It's going to be crazy to start the game 2 times like that on the road against those 2 places. We've laid that out. But then you go home game against the Steelers, bye week, home game against the Browns, home game against the Panthers. You don't have to get on an airplane from October the 18th, or I guess I should say 19th, the day after the game, October the 19th until November 21st. Do you know how massive that is in the middle of a football season? That is going to make or break the Saints season. If you want your bye week, you want it in week 8, and then you are surrounded by a home game before and 2 home games after, you're going to be the most rested team in the National Football League. You're not going to have any excuse. And I know you have to go to Chicago and Cincy after that, but you're going to be rested by that point. Like, you're going to have hit your second gear by that point. And so the NFL did the Saints a favor there because, look, they put them on the road back-to-back weeks 3 times in this season. Week 1 and week 2 at Detroit, at Baltimore. Week 11, week 12 at Chicago, at Cincinnati. Week 14, week 15 at Carolina, at Tampa Bay. So they gave them that, but they also throw them a major bone by giving them home game, bye week, home game, home game. You're going to go over a month, 5 weeks, in the middle of a football season and not have to travel one time unless you want to travel during your bye week to go watch your college team play. That's going to be by choice. That's huge. I think that, like, as somebody that's had to go through that grind, and I think Flynn would agree, well, he wouldn't agree because he never agrees. He would just argue to argue. But if he was being real, he would agree, like, that's the perfect scenario for you. You're going to have 7 weeks, and then you get a chance to catch up on your rest before you hit the stretch of your season. And coming off of that bye week, having the chance, the opportunity to play 2 winnable games, Cleveland and Carolina at home, that's going to make or break your season.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you go, like, okay, we talked about it. If you get 4 wins after your first 7 weeks, you got the bye. You beat Cleveland and Carolina, you're at 6 wins. You need that because week 11 through week 15, you're on the road 4 of 5 from 11 to 15.
Oh,
you go
by the
back
way,
to back.
I forgot Steelers is, by the way, that is the game in France.
That's the Paris game, yeah.
Yeah.
But still, I mean, to have a bye week coming off of that, like, you had to, you got it. But yeah, I mean, week 11 through 15, you're on the road twice, you're at home, then you're on the road 2 more. That's the toughest part of your schedule. But again, can you manage that? Can you win 2 of the 4 away games? You do that, you end your season versus the Cardinals, who I think are going to be terrible. Atlanta, what are they going to be?
Cardinals are going to be bad.
Yeah, Atlanta, what are they going to be? And then Tampa, remember, I mean, Tampa looked like a top 5 team through the first 6 weeks last year. Then they were injured all hell and fizzled out down the stretch. Who's to say that doesn't happen again? Like, I think the end of your season, despite the fact that you have 2 division rivals, like, kind of sets up pretty well for you.
Yeah, I do too. And look, you're still going to have a bye weekend and 2 home games. God, these international games are, poof. That's a long. At least it's not Australia in the first week of the season. Because that'll suck.
Getting 2 home
Why
games,
is it
though.
Pittsburgh? Like, Pittsburgh should be in the Superdome. How many people in Louisiana, like, grew up on Pittsburgh?
Right, because we talk about it with Cowboys all the time, right? It's like, oh, when you don't want the Cowboys going to the Dome because there's so many Cowboys fans down here in Louisiana, but it's like, Pittsburgh's kind of the AFC equivalent to that, right? Like, that's why I hate the Steelers. My dad taught me to hate the Steelers growing up because in the 80s and 90s, it was Steelers-Cowboys. I mean, it's the same thing. Yeah, that should be in the Dome.
You don't have to go to Green Bay in December. That is a big plus. They come to you. I'm sitting here, and one of the other things that you'd always try to look at real quick when you got the schedule was, where am I going to freeze my butt off? You don't really have that.
I mean, Chicago in November and then Cincinnati the week after.
Maybe Chicago will be fine in November.
Yeah.
You'll be okay there. You'll be in Cincinnati. You'll have some cold wind. It ain't going to be bad. I guess Carolina, December 13th, that can get a little hairy at times.
Maybe.
But at Tampa, Arizona at home, at Atlanta, Tampa at home. That's what you like to see.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have a ton of cold weather games. That's I mean, again, like maybe Chicago, maybe Carolina. Outside of that, because like you go to New York, but that's in October. That's the middle of October. You're going to be fine there. I like this schedule, and again, you know, Jake, you and I were talking about it kind of right before the show starts. It's kind of the perks of playing the fourth place schedule, right?
Yeah.
Because like a lot of people that last game of the year were like, you cannot lose to the Falcons. I cannot believe you lost to the Falcons. That probably sucked. Looking back on it now, I bet if you ask the Saints fan, got it to themselves, they're like, you know, losing that game to Atlanta wasn't the worst thing because now we get the fourth place schedule.
Yeah. It's got a lot to like about it. International game throws a wrench into it, which playing a game for the first time in France like that, you never know what to expect. But again, even going back to it and realizing that game is the one in Paris, it's still bye week, home game. That is going to be a big, big deal for the Saints, and the fact that they're not going to have to travel immediately after their bye week. They basically get a month where they're going to be able to be at home, be around their family, hit reset, and that's the best part of the schedule for me. All right, we will take a break. We've got more OTB when we jump back here live from the Raising Cane's studio.
Off the bench.
All right, if you're ready to turn your backyard into the place everybody wants to be this summer, call Russell Pool Company. Russell Pools has been building custom pools in Baton Rouge since 1965 with more than 50 years of experience designing pools built for Louisiana homes and Louisiana weather. So whether you're a brand new, client, you've never had a conversation with them, and you want to build that dream pool, obviously they can get that done. If you've been a client, but you want to add something to your pool, you can do that. If somebody else built your pool, but you want to renovate that pool, they can do that. They can do it all. Weekly maintenance, that's them as well. We always say it from the very beginning, everywhere in between, and they're always going to be there. That is Russell Pool Company. I always encourage you, though, go check out their gallery of work, because I know that you've been thinking about this dream pool for a long time and you think you know exactly what you want, and maybe you do, but maybe you want to add just one thing or two things you see what Russell Pools has already done. Go to the website to find that information. That's russellpools.com.
From the locker room to the airwaves, it's Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
Well, I need a dollar, 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 that's what I need. Said I need a dollar, 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 that's what I need. And if I share with you my story, would you share your dollar with me? Bad times are coming and I reap what I done sowed. Well, let me tell you something, all that glitters ain't gold. It's been a long old troublesome road. And I'm looking for somebody come and help me carry this load. I need a dollar, dollar.
All right, welcome back in. OTB here live from the Raising Cane's studio.
Need a dollar, 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 that's what I need. Well, I don't know if I'm walking on solid.
Did y'all ever watch the show How to Make It in America? It was on HBO. This was the theme song of that show. They were trying to start a jean company, like a denim jean company.
I've
No,
never,
but this
I've
would
never
be
even
a-
heard this
So,
song.
you never heard this?
I've never heard this song.
This would be a great.
Really?
This would be a great theme song.
It was,
I feel like this is in a lot
Well,
of-
they were, they were on the struggle bus, and they were trying to come up with some different things to make some money, and they kind of fell into this role of expensive denim.
Okay.
They tried to start a jean company.
I hate
I feel like
that.
this is in a lot of movies, isn't it?
I don't know.
I've literally never heard it.
I don't know. It's a good one. Hello Black's good. Check it out. How to Make It in America. It only has 2 seasons. Didn't make it.
It didn't make it in America.
It was good though. I liked it.
I don't hate a short show though. I'd rather 2 seasons than 10.
Sweet Spots.
I
think,
4 to
5.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
5.
I think
I think-
5 is
I'd say
the
5's a sweet
perfect
spot.
amount of
6
shows.
6 is typically a bad season.
Right.
Yeah.
Anything more than 5.
Yeah, I
If I
agree.
see a show
Like
and
you're
it's 4 to
dragging
5,
it.
Yeah.
You're
yeah.
dragging
Wrap
because
this
even
up.
Entourage.
Yeah.
The last season or the last 2 seasons of Entourage, I'm like, why did this get so dark so fast?
Yeah.
Adrian, what's his name on the show? I forget.
Vinny Chase.
Vincent
Yeah, Vinny
Chase.
Chase. He's going through addiction and like
Yeah.
dating somebody inappropriate. It's, I don't know.
Adult entertainment stars.
Yeah, no. It's like, how do I say this?
Right.
I was literally, how do I
She
say
does
this?
I believe the
She does
preferred
adult movies, yeah.
Yeah.
But like either
mattress
way,
actress.
that's
Okay,
insane.
yeah, that's a way to say it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Either way, like Entourage was really good until
Yeah,
it wasn't.
yeah.
And like they weren't terrible at the end, but it just wasn't what it was.
Yeah.
It felt like a
I mean,
completely
think about
different
it, all
show.
of them, Game of Thrones.
Veep
talk
was
about
like
Suits.
that.
Thrones.
Veep was like a completely different show than
Dexter.
from what it ended.
Didn't watch that.
If you watch Dexter till season 5, it's like an 8 out of 10. You watch it to season 8, it's like a 4.
Yeah.
The last 3 seasons are terrible.
Did y'all see the I think I sent it to the group chat. It was this guy, he AI'd himself into Game of Thrones scenes, and he like he would like punch somebody that was like Ned Stark, right?
Yeah.
Spoiler alert, by the way. Spoiler for Game of Thrones. If you haven't seen it by now, I don't
Turn
know
your
what to
radio
tell you.
off. Close your
I don't know what to tell
laptop.
you.
Close your phone.
It's been years.
Taylor. Well, actually, you know this.
You know
You've seen
this
the first
part.
2
I
seasons.
got
But it
this
was like
far,
the
guys.
first part, like when Ned and the knight or whatever was about to chop his head off.
Yeah.
And the guy like elbows him, grabs the sword, and like throws him on the ground, and then kisses Ned Stark on the forehead.
Yeah.
And he like AI'd himself into all this, like the Red Wedding. He AI'd himself
nice.
into.
The
It
Red
was so-
Wedding. Whoa.
Bro, talk
How
about
about episodes
bleak.
of TV?
And you know what was perfect is after all that happened, again, more spoilers for Game of Thrones, but after the episode was over, the credits were silent. Like
Yeah.
usually they have like a little song
music
in the
on the back,
background,
yeah.
but the credits were silent, and that was perfect.
Yeah.
Because that's how I felt. I was like, whoa, that was like one of the most bleak things that I've ever
I
seen.
remember
in my life.
that. Like very few times I remember just sitting there like mouth open looking at
Yes.
the TV like what just
It was
happened?
insane. Legendary.
It was until the last season.
Yep.
Phew, God, they screwed that up. I wanted them to come back and be like, hey,
My
we were
bad.
just kidding. That's on us.
This
Pat the
is the
chest.
real-
Like, here's the real final season
Right.
of Game of Thrones.
When
Never
did
did.
like people point out like Starbucks cups in the background and everything? Like,
Yeah.
didn't even try.
Yeah.
Well,
Again,
but-
I've never seen the last season, but I've seen pictures.
And also, like, everything led up to the Night King, right? And they
Yeah.
kill him in the first episode.
Yeah.
I thought it was gonna drag on longer than that. And the first episode is
Yeah. I mean, the person that killed him was a bad A.
Well,
Like,
yeah.
That's who should have, but
Yes.
like, it was too quick. All right. Sorry.
Can
to
you
make it America.
spoil a show that ended years ago? No, I know, but you know how people get.
Yeah. People are like, oh my God, they're going to watch that. If you haven't watched it by now,
That show,
you
I don't know
watched,
what to
like,
tell you.
6 years ago.
Yeah.
Like this kind of on you. Like
Yeah.
like when she
I
said
just
that-
I had just moved to Baton Rouge when that show ended.
she sent the video on Saturday, and she's like, Taylor, don't watch it if you don't want spoilers. I'm like, guys, let's be honest. I'm not finishing it. If I hadn't done
Which
it by
is
now-
weird.
I
But
mean,
that's a
you
whole
s-
different
if I
subject. The
haven't
fact
done
that
it
you
by
can
now-
watch 2 seasons of that show and not finish it, it's weird.
Yeah, that is crazy.
But teach their own.
How you feeling about tonight? How's the arm feeling?
Oh, forgot. I keep forgetting.
Matt,
We-
not our Matt, the Matt over at LSU texted me and he
Yeah.
was like, "Are y'all good to go?" And I was like, "I think so."
Yeah, I got to find out where I'm supposed to go, where I'm supposed to park, tickets, all that situation.
So, I don't know about parking. I have
got
your
it.
tickets,
Yeah. Okay.
and I know where we're gonna meet Matt and all that. So
Where are we meeting him at? 'Cause I'm
Champion
coming
in
in
front of Champions Club.
hot.
In
We have a
front
game at 4:00 at Zachary Park.
of, oof.
Oh, you got it.
I think I got it.
Game's
I
at
think you
6:30,
got
right?
it.
Well, I got to be there at 6.
6.
I mean, got to be there at 6. Long,
Yeah, I
6:10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be there like he's on his way. I swear.
I'm gonna like have the bag and like everything, like our Memphis bag, the
Yeah.
catcher's bag. I'm gonna have it all ready to go. Like, and as soon as the game ends,
we gotta go.
we're in the car
Yeah.
because it's 28 minutes from Zachary Youth Park
Okay.
to the box.
Okay.
All right. So if their game ends, they're an hour and a half time.
But it's
limit.
also like 5:00.
I know. The school's out, so that helps. I know. Look, I thought about this, but what else am I gonna do?
I think you got it. I think.
And
you
if
got
I'm
it.
not,
That's fair.
and if I'm late, you know who's gonna throw out the first pitch?
Me.
Alondra.
I will.
Oh, I know you will. You'll
I'm gonna be living vicariously through you.
you'll throw a strike too.
Yeah.
I got faith in you.
I don't know
if
about strike. I might do like a little wild pitch. If I won't throw it in the ground, but
Right.
I might throw it a
you
little
won't do a
wild.
Mariah Carey.
What's
Oh,
that?
straight into the ground.
Oh no, I won't go straight into the ground.
Perfect.
But it will be a wild pitch.
That's fine.
Maybe a little too high.
That's fine. Yeah, so I'm gonna be coming up on 2 wheels.
If you're nervous about like
I need Katie to drop you off at the front.
Well, they want to see too. Well, I guess they could park
And then
still
go
get there,
park, yeah.
I wonder if anyone like nervous about throwing a
Get
strike
J-Bones to drop me off.
Yeah.
that they're like, I'm gonna intentionally throw it so bad that people know I was intentional.
Yeah. The worst ones to me in my memory are Mariah Carey,
50.
50 Cent,
50's
Conor
was
McGregor.
Bad.
Oh, Connor's was
Connor's was
bad.
There was a Red Sox who they had a reunion, and he like,
Which is wild.
baseball got a pitcher, and he sailed it. I don't know if he was trying to be funny, but he sailed it. There's some other really, really bad ones. That one where the person throws it and hits the photographer in the crotch.
Oh my
There's
god.
that one. I'm feeling okay about it.
You're gonna be fine. Seen a lot of bad wild pitches. You will not be one of them.
No, I wouldn't go full wind up. Somebody in the chat saying
I'm going hybrid.
I wouldn't go full wind up. I'd go from the stretch.
I'm going hybrid.
Yeah.
I'm going like if there was somebody on base, I'd be balking, but since nobody's on, I'm gonna go like
You're good.
pretty much stretch, but a little bit of a wind up action to it, just so I can get some torque.
Yeah.
So I can make it to the plate.
I'm so excited. I feel like I'm more excited than you are.
If I wasn't like coming in hot like that,
Yeah.
like that part of it, I'm more nervous about that part than
Right.
the actual pitch.
Yeah. That
I
makes
want
sense.
to make sure like we play our game, and I want to make sure I'm there on time.
You're gonna do better because of that. You're not gonna be thinking about the pitch at all. You're just gonna be like, oh, I gotta get there in time. Like you're good.
All right, well, we'll see. Might get up there and be like, Memphis, you got this.
I need Memphis to run rule the team
Yeah,
that y'all are playing.
that never happens. So, like run rules actually seem like they take longer sometimes.
Really?
Because you're
Yeah,
scoring
well, I guess
more.
so.
That
Yeah,
many
you're right.
runs.
We'll see. And if you're at the box tonight and it doesn't go well, just remember the good times. Don't remember the bad ones. It's gonna be fine. It'll be fine. It's originally was supposed to be me and Flynn doing it, but he's not gonna be here.
How was that gonna work? Y'all were gonna hold the ball together?
No, we just do little
No, I know. I'm kidding.
double cannon bullpen. Wonder who's gonna catch it. Who typically catches this thing?
The bullpen catcher normally, right?
Probably Yaman.
You think Jay will come out there for me?
Get jaded.
What if I walk by Jay and throw him a mitt? Here you go, Jay. Go toss it by.
Bruh.
Come on,
They told me you were catching it.
Well, if Flynn, we actually talked about it. If it would have been Team OTB,
Yeah.
I would have played catcher and Flynn would have been pitcher. I would just caught it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Flynn runs everything. Guy can't even get the sale executed at Rouse's.
Bruh.
Yeah, that
Go
is
ahead
no
and
longer.
call whoever Rouse.
That is
Wait,
no
he's texting
longer
us back.
Destrahan's fault.
Mm-mm.
That is no longer their fault.
He said everybody, because Jake went to Rouse's yesterday,
Yep.
and the My High, remember like 2 days ago, somebody said, show this to Flynn.
Yeah.
The My High and the Destrahan Rouse's was not on sale.
Right.
So the My High at the Rouse's you went to yesterday, also not on sale, and we
Nope.
sent it to Flynn. And he's like, which Rouse's? I said, at this point, call all the Rouse's. And he said, everybody just relax. Stop yelling at me.
We're checking him.
This
I will
man-
stop at Rouse's and Denim on the way home.
This
You're checking him.
man out here saying the entire month of May, 20% off.
Bro, we're halfway through May.
it's-
Bro, it is May 15th. I went to like the Rouse's, right? Burbank, the one we do shows from. It's one of the newer ones. It's nice. It's like like when I say Rouse's, that's the one that I think of. It went on sale. I
I
paid
love the
full ass price for that My High.
He did it on purpose. He's like, look, get them in the door with the sale. They already get there. They're going to buy it. I don't hate the
I
strategy.
bought it just to see. I'm like, okay, well maybe when I take it to the register, it's going to take it off.
Right,
Nope.
like the tag might not be up there.
Right.
Yeah.
It didn't.
He's like, tags fall off. I get it.
Nope. Guys out here false advertising. And not just for us.
For everyone.
For Rouse's too.
Yeah.
Or Rouse's is catching strays when they shouldn't.
People are yelling at
Those
him
are
at the
good
checkout
people.
line.
Those
Yeah.
are local people.
Right.
This is supposed to be 20% off. They're like, look, the My High company, they never told us.
I
Yeah.
honestly think he's like low key slandering them a little bit. And it needs to stop.
I apologize for Matt.
Yeah.
But if you go to your local Rouse's expecting it to be on sale, it's probably not.
It's not.
Even though he sat up here for the entire month and said it was. I apologize.
It's literally May 15th.
We're halfway done with this thing.
Yeah. All right, we'll take a break. We've got Devin Snow set to join us in about 30 minutes from now. We've got Whit Weeks set to join us an hour from now. Still so much more coming your way. Stay locked in here on OTB.
Off the bench.
All right, go to getgordon.com. Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys. Getgordon.com. You can have a chat with a live agent right there on the homepage of the website. So any question that you might have, they can answer it right there. You also can pick up the phone and give them a call. And the thing about the G team is they are throughout the state of Louisiana. So if you're listening to us up on 1130 a.m. The Tiger in North Louisiana, we are talking to you. If you're listening to us on ESPN Alexandria 94.7, if you're listening to us anywhere in Louisiana, certainly here in the Baton Rouge area, down on the North Shore, New Orleans, does not matter. Your area code followed by 888-8888. You're going to have a conversation with them. They're throughout the state of Louisiana. They want to help you in Louisiana, and they're going to get that done. So 318-985-225-985. Let's see, 504-337, all the area codes. They've got you covered. Also, the G team, they've always got something going on. So check them out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. At Get Gordon's always going to be the handle. GetGordon.com is the website. Get Gordon and get it done.
From the locker room to the airwaves, it's Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
Some of us, we're hardly ever here. The rest of us, we're born to disappear. How do I stop myself from being just a number? How will I hold my head to keep from going on? Down to the wire.
All right, welcome back in. OTB here live from the Raising Cane studio. Before we get to some of the NFL schedule release videos, we're going to play some of the Titans video, I believe. I want to remind you about our friends over at Gin Gators. It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. It's the only Gators that we're ever going to love and appreciate here on this show. Most backup generators are built with parts from different companies. One company makes the engine, another makes the controls, another makes the alternator. So when something breaks, who do you even call? You probably don't know, but a Kohler generator installed by Gin Gators is built different. One name on the engine, the alternator, the controls, with one warranty covering all of it. Commercial grade equipment installed right in your backyard by the pros at Gin Gators, backed by a 10-year warranty. Visit GenGators.com. That is GenGators with a Z. GenGatorz.com. GenGators.com. Gin Gators Power Systems, built different. All right. Here is a portion of the Tennessee Titans schedule release video.
McAfee? Excuse me, Pat. Are you Pat McAfee? Miles Garrett. Hey, heck yeah, dude. Joe. What's up, Joe? How you doing, Joe? You good? Yeah. You ready for the season, Joe? Trevor Lawrence? Trevor, come on. You just don't want people to know who it is?
I got my shades on.
Got my shades on.
Jerry Jones?
No.
The
I'm from the UK.
Will Compton?
Love this
Are you Will Compton?
No.
That's Will.
No.
No way.
No.
Wait. Say it like this. Say it like this. I'm telling you. Dan Campbell. What's up, bro? Dan Campbell. Fernando Mendoza?
Oh.
Oh yeah, just seeing the family, you know what I mean?
Aaron Rodgers? Nope. Dude, I won't tell anybody if you're actually Aaron Rodgers.
Not Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, man.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
That's one of my favorite ones.
That's pretty good. Now,
The Miles Garrett one had me dead.
They have
the
such
Mendoza kind of looked like
It,
it.
No,
I thought
exactly
it was
like
Fernando until he walked close, honestly. They have such an advantage of getting to be on Broadway.
Yeah, and you
because
could-
the
yeah.
amount of people, like, it's
And it looked like
It's
that they were
incredible.
at some sort of NFL event too. Like there's a bunch
Yeah,
of NFL
right.
fans there.
a lot of different teams. It was good.
And then they put Macaulay Culkin instead of Joe.
Yeah.
You know which the worst one? I said that weird. You know which was the worst one?
I didn't love
The Jets one. What are y'all doing?
with the paint.
Yeah, what are y'all
I didn't
doing?
love that
Imagine
one.
the Jets screwing something up.
Yeah, I didn't love that one.
Who'd have thought?
It's like that. There's nothing cool about this.
Like at all?
Chargers was good. Raiders was funny. That one was hilarious. The Chargers going after, or like just the Easter egg, like the subtle, like, and you pick it up, and like they went after the Dolphins for like all the bad contracts that they've had with Tua and Tyreek, and mentioned Braves. And,
That's awesome.
And the Patriots won. So
Were they the
I think
ones that did the animated one last
Yeah.
year? Okay,
yeah,
that one was really good too.
they're like the ones that are known
Yeah.
for.
They were really
Look,
good
we're
last
not the best at a lot outside of uniforms, but they get schedule
I
release.
remember the
videos,
animated one
right?
being really cool.
Yeah. I didn't even see the Falcons, but I'm not gonna like it.
I think the Vikings also said like Rossini juice or something like that. Like there is a bar and they had like a recipe or something and it said Rossini juice on it. So I think the Vikings also did something.
It is wild what the NFL they do such a good job of making it year round.
Yeah.
Like think about all the different things, and so we get done with the Super Bowl, and then it becomes about like the pre-draft process, right? And then it becomes about the All-Star games and the Senior Bowl, and then it goes straight into the combine, and then it goes right into owners meetings, and then it goes right into pro days, and then it goes right into the draft, and it goes right into schedule.
And then
And,
OTA,
like,
mini camp.
Oh, you got
we
mini
just
camp,
had.
OTAs, you got all that. And then even like you say, well, July is the off month. Well, teams start camp in July.
Yeah.
now.
Right. They have they have the voluntary, then they have the real, and then preseason camp.
Yeah. It's year round. They have done a fantastic job. And you know what? Like you're also starting to see the players benefit from this. What I mean by Avion Terrell just got his contract, 48th overall pick, fully guaranteed. All of it. Second round pick. He's the lowest drafted guy to ever have a fully guaranteed contract. Because that's what it is. And look, if you're a second round pick, you're going to get unless you're Isaiah Foskey and you just are that bad, you're going to get an opportunity to finish your first contract. So they're guaranteeing these contracts, and good for them. I know football's a violent sport. I know the rosters are bigger than other sports, but we can't have the 11th guy on the Lakers bench making more than superstars in the most popular sport. We just can't have it. We can't have the guy hitting 7th for the Nationals making more than some of the biggest, most popular guys in football. Football's here, NFL, revenue, interest, everything else is here. It's the Grand Canyon between the NFL and every other sport. Now, those sports are great. Y'all know I love baseball. The NBA got, the NHL, which playoff time's incredible. You got MLS, you've got WNBA, you got all these sports that make money, but it's not even close. Not even close. We're sitting here waiting, anticipating when the games are going to be played.
Yeah.
What other sport can you even fathom? And college football, I think, is ahead of all the other things I just talked about, by the way. The numbers say that, not just me. So I'm glad to see the players are getting some of that. The 48th overall pick now has a 4-year guaranteed contract.
Well, we were talking. We've spent all week, talking about the international games. Do we like them? Do we not? Look at yesterday. You now have a Thanksgiving Eve game in the NFL to go along with the 3 Thanksgiving Day games. You have a Christmas Eve and a Christmas Day. The NBA owned Christmas Day up until about last year, when the NFL was like, hey, we're going to jump into that and make a little bit of that money too. Did anybody watch NBA on Christmas last year? Probably not. And you're not going to again this year. Every
Remember when
major
LeBron was
holiday,
2 years ago, there was some good games. This is our day.
No, it's not, buddy.
My brother. You're one of the best to ever play sports, not just basketball. And you've had a lot of success. The NBA has its moments. Christmas ain't yours anymore.
No. And now Christmas Eve, Thanksgiving, the day before Thanksgiving. Do we have a Labor Day game? Did I see that? It's every major holiday throughout the year. Your focus on the NFL. Super Bowl's on Valentine's this coming year.
Is it?
Yep. The Super Bowl is February 14th this coming year. A lot of couples
Where
are
are
going
we
to
at
fall
this
out of
year?
love that
in
day.
LA? Like, oh, yeah. Hold on, Nook. What'd I do? Nook, and what are you talking about? What are you talking about, Nook? How'd I cheat you out of Laura Rutledge? What are we talking about here? In 2020. That's going back some time, Nook.
I don't even remember 2020.
Me neither. I try to forget 2020. What'd I do? Tell me everything.
It looks like, from what I'm reading, you were going to have Laura on and didn't.
I had Laura on back in the day. She used
I
to
gotta
come
tell
on
you.
every now and again.
Nookie remembers that. Don't piss that guy off.
Yeah. She's kind of gotten out of the college game, too.
Yeah, she's like more NFL
Notice
now.
that.
I don't think she's doing the SEC show anymore.
She was on.
I forget who's
I like
picking
her a
that.
lot.
I forget who's picking that up, though.
I believe she was on NFL. She was on NFL Countdown last year, wasn't she?
Yeah, she's like full NFL now.
Mhm.
I don't think she's doing college anymore. At least not the SEC travel show. I don't know. Somebody. I don't know who's doing that. Somebody I saw. Anyways. You are seeing more and more people that are like, wait, I get to talk about just 32 teams and there's actual rules.
Yeah.
Instead of 200.
And there's things that you have to actually abide to. Oh, weird. I like talking about that more.
And you have topics year round, like you just mentioned. Like, it's a lot easier.
College football is still very, very popular, and more people are at the table now.
Yeah, personal preference, like I'm not disagreeing with anything anybody's saying, but like personal preference, I just enjoy the college game better, just off of like not how they play and stuff, but like the pageantry, the tradition.
And you know me, like I was like that forever. And
Yeah.
I still like Matt's the opposite.
Right. And
Flynn's NFL all day, every day.
yeah, and I really enjoy the NFL too, but I can see why people are turning away from the college
Me too.
game
That's what I was
when
about to
it's
say.
And see, I don't
the
want
way
to-
that it is. Like,
No.
it's just so, it's still fun to watch, but all the other stuff surrounding it makes it almost unbearable to cover just because, like, it just pisses you off.
Well, that. And there's always something that's not something like exciting. It's
Right.
like, oh, this is changing. It's like
Yeah.
as soon as you feel like you get a grasp of what it is, it changes.
Yep.
And when there's no structure and there's no rules, it's like it's hard to like get your opinion where
Right.
you want to like, okay, I like this, I don't like this, because it's like you don't have time to feel either way about it before
Right.
it changes.
It does change super fast. And usually I don't like the changes.
That's fair too. Like
Yeah.
for the NFL, for the large majority of it, like things are well calculated and they're thought out, and you have a rules committee, and they go through the committee for multiple years.
You have
sometimes
structure.
before so much more structure.
Yeah.
Almost every rule is better in the NFL when they change it. Like, I don't think their overtime rule is perfect. I still like the college overtime rule better. I think it's better than what it used to be in the NFL. College is kind of going backwards. Like, I've always been college football here, like, grew up in Baton Rouge, right? Like, LSU football has been my life for really my entire life. But I follow college football pretty closely, and I turn on the TV week one, and I'm like, crap, I forgot that guy transferred to that school.
Yeah.
Because you got a guy playing for 4 different schools in 4 years. It's just, there's a lot about it that's not fun.
I'm with you there. I'm with you. I have become much more LSU and LSU only.
Yep.
And not just because I made the switch professionally, like that's some of it,
It's
but
just so hard to keep up with.
Yeah. Certainly like outside of who you view every weekend. So I don't know. Makes you a little nervous. Although, like, again, I think college football is the second most popular sport in our country. So Nook. He said LMAO in 2020, you had her on Craig Schilling's birthday on May 20th, not on May 15th as requested. My birthday. Felt betrayed.
Happy birthday.
My bad, Nook.
Yeah, happy birthday, Nook.
brother.
Shout out.
Let's go, Nook. I would have had.
Probably
I
our
would have
like
asked her to
most
come on
loyal
today.
listener.
Nook, if you'd have asked, I would at least put the bat signal out and see if she could have came on the show.
Yeah.
That's my bad. Where's Craig at, by the way?
We've got some loyal.
Craig hasn't been in here in a while.
Dude, Craig listens. I know he still listens, but he used to be active in the chat.
Yeah.
Like any like flustering like graphic or like thing, like big deal, no big deal. Like that's all Craig. Like he put all those together.
When you wanted to do when I first joined the show, you wanted to do right, wrong, or indifferent. You mentioned it. He like sent me a message the next day. I had a whole video.
Yeah.
Before I could even make one. Like,
God,
it's done.
I loved So I did Right, Wrong, or Indifferent. Me and EJ did it for years. I love that segment. One thing I'll say about my guy, Bob, he hated when I would bring something like that to the table. So we used to, I came up with an idea because we started doing this on College Sports Today is like confessions. And we would go around the room and we'd like throw out a confession, like something that,
I like this.
you know, that was, hey, here's what happened, or I did this and I'm going to get judged for it, but you know, this is my confession.
Mm-hmm.
You'd play Usher in the background, you know.
These are my confessions.
D-Bob's exact quote when I brought it to him, laid it out. Here's what we do. He said, you know what, man? I'm a pretty open book. I don't think there's anything that people don't know about me. And that was it.
That's honestly fair.
I was like, yeah, of course, but.
Okay, let me think of some. Well, okay, let's do some confessions like this last segment.
We can do it when we come back.
Yeah.
OTB Confessions right here from the Raising Cane's studio.
Off the bench.
All right, go see our friends over at PelicanRoof.com. That is the website for Pelican Roofing in Lafayette, in Baton Rouge. We always tell you every single day that they're there in both cities, right? And why do you tell us that? Well, it's important for you to know that they're not driving back and forth on the basin. They are there. They're in the local community. So your roofing job in Lafayette, in Baton Rouge, surrounding areas, it needs to be Pelican Roofing because they truly are the best, but also they're doing things in the local community. They're supporting, you know, athletic teams or anything, you know, going on in the area. Like they want to make sure that the area is thriving. So they're always giving back. They have a community tab on their website on the homepage, top right corner of pelicanroof.com. You can check that out. Again, we always encourage you. There's over 600 plus 5-star reviews. We want you to see those as well. And if you want to find the contact information for Lafayette, for Baton Rouge, it's in the top left corner of the website. Schedule that appointment today. You can do it again by going to pelicanroof.com. That's pelicanroof.com.
From the locker room to the airwaves, it's Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
I was scared of dentists and the dark. I was scared of pretty girls and starting conversations. All my friends are turning green. Yeah, the magician's assistant in their dream. And they come unstuck.
All right, welcome back in OTB. Live from the Raising Cane's studio. We're going to start doing this, and I don't really care what Flynn thinks because Bob shot me down, and I'm not letting that happen before. OTB Confessions, and we want you to interact as well. You can do it in the chat. You can do it on the text line. Greg says, I've aired it, but my confession is I listened to Murphy, Sam, and Jody on the way to work. Y'all aren't on. Please forgive me.
You and T-Bob.
Yeah, T-Bob used to listen to it on the way to work as well. You were not
Whatever.
alone. Like the person that was fighting against them listened to it. So we've got one here from LIV. My dirty little secret is this. I cheated on my SAT and got a full ride scholarship to Harvard.
Congrats.
I hope that's true. I hope so bad that that's true. Alondra, you want to go?
Okay.
I've got one. Go ahead.
You go first.
Okay, you want me to go?
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
mine's
yeah.
pretty. All right, so like during confessions, like it's kind of like this. This is how it goes. So there was one time that I was making my coffee. I'm making it, blah, 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 not even thinking about it, and I used all the milk. So I used all the milk, and then I panicked. And then because, you know, the family, aka my wife, still had to make her coffee. I didn't know what to do. And so I went and put some water in the milk jug, shook it up, put it back in the fridge to try to make it look like there was some more milk still in there, and that wasn't the a-hole who took all the milk for the coffee and left his wife without.
That's harmless.
And then she probably grabbed it and was like, who did this?
Who did this?
Yeah.
It's me.
Me.
I did
confess.
that. Like that was one of my confessions one time, and it might seem like it's minor, but looking back on it, it's kind of messed up.
Yeah.
I would say when they're like, you took the last one. Somebody's got to take the last one.
Yeah, it should be your wife though, not you. All right, Alondra.
Okay, this is very unhinged. So this was like back when I was dating somebody. Snapchat, you can see people's locations on there if they have it on, right? So I went to bed and I was like lurking and I was like, okay, he's home, whatever. I wake up at like 2 a.m. and I was, for some reason, was like, check the Snap map. and I looked at the map, and he's like in Slidell at like 2 a.m. at some random house, and I'm like, oh hell
Not the
no.
dirty Dell.
Whose house is this? Like, oh my God, my heart started like beating real fast. Like I went like full like crash out, and I'm like, So I'm like zooming in. I'm like looking at the street name, looking at the subdivision name. I'm looking it up, and I'm looking up the neighborhood, and somehow come to the like, I don't know how I found it, but I found the house. Not having an address or anything. I just found it. And he was at his uncle's house. So I know where this dude's uncle lives.
Oh.
And he
I
never
felt when y'all
never knew this.
Y'all can't see her unless you're watching on YouTube. When she was zooming in to see where the house was, I felt that from across the room.
Yeah.
Like that was a real zoom.
Oh, I was zooming in there. I'm like looking at the street name. I'm looking at like what house on the lot it is. Found out it was his uncle.
Lot number 368.
He never knew that I did that.
He does now.
Probably not.
No, he's listening. Worldwide.
Worldwide.
Unless you're somebody listening to Murphy, Sam, and Jody.
Yeah.
I don't know why you would do that.
I can get a little unhinged sometimes.
I don't believe it.
I can't wait to hear Tay-Tay's.
I can't wait either. We'll have Devin Snow, but I want to hear Tay-Tay's confession when we come back as well. More OTV live from the Raising Cane's studio.
Off the bench.
All right, go see our friends over at Rejuvame. RejuvameMedical.com is the website. And one of the things that we always kind of, tell you about, because, getting labs and getting different things done, you're probably like, I don't have time to do that. And I really am here to tell you, like, this is my testimony of how it went for me. I went in, and you just go in, like, you don't even have to, like, schedule. Like, you go in, like, hey, I want to get my labs done. I was in, I think it was, like, 8 minutes tops, like, the entire process. So I get there, and I go in, and I have my daughter with me. My 2-year-old daughter sat on my lap during this process. I get my blood, taken right there, quick, easy, in, out. And they're like, okay, when do you want to schedule to go over what we, are looking at with your blood? It was like, hey, can we do a week from now? They said, absolutely. That was it. And so they make it incredibly easy for you. They want you to get on your journey. Your journey can start today. Go see them, one of their 13 locations. Find it online at RejuvameMedical.com.